Good morning, good afternoon, or good night, my fellow Chibits. Today is one of the best days of the week because Boku no Hero Academia, Re:Zero, Game of Thrones, and The Walking Dead comes out today. It is a wonderful day, but right now, let's talk about Boku no Hero Academia. Oh my god. Okay, so where to begin? Where do I start when it comes to this episode? Well, for one, I think I want to start with the entire cast, because this is something I need to get across to the anime-onlys, and when I was reading the manga, I didn't realize how good the mangaka of this series was, for instance, how well written so many characters are, so I want to explain. The first half of the episode was showing 1A and all the people in the class and their abilities, their quirk abilities, and how they kind of work. And we get to see some hints at some future characters that could be rather interesting or one of the main key characters of the series, and I want to mention that right now. When it comes to Boku no Hero Academia, all the characters, especially in 1A, so far from what I have read from the manga, all the characters are really important and do get some very good characterization. I'm not joking. A lot of the support characters and all that, they get some very good characterization. So I want to let you all know, anime onlys, if you have a personal favorite in this episode, which I know some of you probably already do, I have a couple of my personal favorites which I want to mention right now. You have it to where Todoroki, you have Ida, you have Ochiko, Momo, and Mineta, and then Tokoyami. Those are one of my personal favorites of the cast, besides, you know, Bakugou and Izuku and All Might and all that. But when it comes to the other characters, those are some of my personal favorites. And seeing, you know, them getting introduced in this episode and all that, I know many anime-onlys are probably thinking, is there enough time to give characterization for these characters? And yes, there is enough time. Now, I don't know if these characters will get the characterization that they need in Season 1, since this is going to be like a 12 or 13 episode series, so I highly doubt a lot of these characters are going to get some of the moments they had in the manga, but I will say, however, for anime-onlys that are worried that these characters will be pushed to the side and become something rather unimportant to the series, you do not have to worry about that at this time, because I'm currently updated with the manga, and I know what's going on in the series, and I know some of these characters, a lot of the characters are very important to what is going on, so don't worry. If you have a personal favorite, most likely you're going to get to see them have the spotlight for a little bit in the series in the future. Maybe not in Season 1, but in Season 2. So getting off of that, though, let's talk about the situation with Bakugou. Bakugou, he's been kind of the main focus these past couple episodes, and it's kind of good that he's getting the characterization he's getting this early on in the series, because this episode is titled Bakugou's Starting Point, his start line. And he is now coming to terms with how he is not the best thing. He's not hot shit. Like, he's not the best person, the strongest person out there. He has a lot of improvement, a lot of room to grow. And as I've said for some series in the past, and I think some of us might have heard this some point in time in our life, you need to experience failure to learn and become stronger. If you constantly win and always win and never lose, you never taste defeat. You don't know what it means to be a loser. You don't know how to improve yourself for the better. And so loss is actually something that someone needs to grow. You need loss to, you know, better yourself as a person. And so Bakugou, this episode was spent showing that he needs to come to terms with that he lost. He needs to become a better person. This is his starting line to a new path. And that's exactly what this episode was trying to do. At the end of the episode, when All Might confronts Bakugou, and he was trying to, you know, get him back into a good mood, and when he said, wait a minute, he's already gotten over it, it was thanks to what Izuku said to Bakugou that got Bakugou over his entire slump of being very upset, depressed, and all that, and angry. It was thanks to Izuku walking up and telling him like it was. And when All Might says, oh, he already got over it, it was thanks to Izuku. And so Bakugou now, he's at the starting point to where he's now going down a path to where he can become a better person. Maybe his attitude will still be a little bit shitty, but I mean, he will become a better person over time. And that's exactly what this episode was trying to emphasize, that he is now going to try to strive to be the #1 hero, and he's also going to try to better himself and to actually use better tactics in the future. So I'm just letting you know right now, this was a brilliant episode when it came to the adaptation from the manga, and I feel like it was even better than the manga when it came to that regard, especially the ending scene of this episode when Bakugou turned around and yelled at Deku. That was a fucking wonderful moment. Now, besides that, we also have it to where All Might, he has to rush out of the classroom to get to Recovery Girl. He wants to see Izuku and see how he's doing, but All Might, he has a timer, as we know. He can only be a hero for a certain amount of time. He's incredibly weakened. He's not the strongest as he used to be in the past, and now he pretty much is trying to hide his identity from so many people, because if people found out about One For All and all that, they would know that they could probably get his quirk ability from him. Maybe get his hair, get his DNA or something, and maybe get his ability, which that would be very bad. Now, All Might lets us know that there is some part of the staff that actually know about All Might's One For All, and some of his close friends do as well. You need to keep this secret under wraps about One For All. More people found out about One For All, the secret of All Might's weakness right now of how he cannot be the symbol of peace would get out, but also people could try to go after Izuku to get the quirk ability One For All. You get the point here. It's very bad. It's a bad situation overall if someone found out about One For All. Now, one last thing I need to talk about is the villains. Now, I'm just going to let you know, if you do not see the scene after the ending song, I recommend you to stop this video right now and go watch it. There was a scene after the ending song, and it shows the villains, the final, I guess, arc of Boku no Hero Academia before it ends. So, once again, I'm just going to say, anime onlys, if you do not see the scene after the ending song, stop this video, go watch it. So anyways, I want to dive right into it. The villain that was introduced. Not gonna reveal the name or anything, because, you know, don't want to spoil anime onlys, but the villains' designs are something that I truly love about this series. If there is one thing this series has going for it, it's definitely the character designs. Take a moment to think about it for a second. A lot of the cast, majority of the cast, has a very unique character design. Some very good designs, not just in clothing, but the way they're designed with their hair, to the way they look, to their quirk abilities to extension a part of them. It's so nice to see some really interesting character designs. And if there's one thing that is really great about the character designs when it comes to the series, it is definitely the villains. And the villain designs are very artistic. I'm just gonna say that right now. If you take a moment to look at the end of this episode, the villain with a bunch of the hands on him, all that, badass looking. Even the bartender behind, that design right there, fucking epic. But that's not just the end of the epic designs of the villains. You haven't seen nothing yet when it comes to some of the designs to come up in the future. So let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.